So yeah, my question is, because if you go onto a coin market cap and you look at the volume, I think it's trading mostly to BTC.
Yeah.
It's almost like twice as much as the USDT. So I was just wondering what your advice is if you're looking to accumulate it, because obviously I don't have a lot of Bitcoin, but is it worth buying the Bitcoin to then buy into USDT? Because the prices are very different and the charts do act differently. Because there is quite a difference in volume, albeit not a lot, but it feels like sometimes the Bitcoin price is higher and then it goes lower. So I didn't know if anyone had any input on that.
Sorry, guys. That mouse.
See, as far as I'm aware, the when you've got Bitcoin as the paired coin, then it marks its performance against Bitcoin. So if it rises better than Bitcoin does, then that's when it will rise. But if Bitcoin is performing better than it is, then the price will drop. Even if it's performing better against the dollar at the time, it's how it performs against Bitcoin.
Got you.
See, that's the Tether one on Coinex. That's the way that's a monthly chart. So let's just maybe go down to the weekly one just to give us a little bit clearer picture. And this is that obviously has more data, doesn't it? The Bitcoin one.
Yeah.
On KuCoin.
And in terms of like trading it, it's a lot more volatile. So
yeah,
I think that's
well, are you looking to accumulate? Are you looking to trade it? That's the question as well.
I'm looking to accumulate it. I really believe in it. It's super micro cap as well, so I haven't got too much.
I never trade Bitcoin pairs. I know, like Milky was saying there, and a lot of traders compare the Bitcoin pairs and how strong they're looking against, the market, and they decide on trading the USD pairs or USDC pairs, basically looking at the strength of it, like, I don't know. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't accumulate Bitcoin pairs, opposed to just Bitcoin alone. I know Tom loves to stack his stats. I don't trade a Bitcoin. I don't have it. I trade it sometimes for quick scalps, but I don't accumulate it. I'm not big, massive, Bitcoin. I wouldn't say not a believer. I'm not going to be accumulating it. I just want to make.
Doesn't grow the portfolio like the others.
Marta, if that's okay.
Sorry.
Can I add to that if that's okay, love?
Of course.
Yeah. So, but basically, what as far as I'm aware, what a lot of usually it's the really experienced traders is when it comes to the bull market, especially, is that they'll move between US dollar and Bitcoin pairings, depending on whether they consider something to be an alt season or not. So if it's an alt season, they'll tend to go into the Bitcoin pairings because the alts will massively outperform Bitcoin during that period. But I wouldn't recommend it for people who are looking to accumulate and hodl. That's only for people who are quite experienced day traders, I'd say. So if you're looking to accumulate and hodl, then I'd stick to the US dollar pegs.
Brilliant. Cool. Thank you so much, guys.
Would we be able to do some TA on one ledger and have a look at maybe some potential targets and breakouts?
Yeah, of course. I'm getting into a habit of getting into this key level 1 and marking my levels from it first. Obviously the most recent ones. I highly recommend it. Many traders trade off the previous highs and lows. I think they're important for traders because a lot of the time price action goes around them. You can see we're after building a range here between the previous monthly low, and that is our monthly open. Yeah, is it? No, sorry, I can't read this. That's one thing that there are too many of them. Yes, that's a monthly open here. So I'm gonna leave that range here for now. That's our next level we could look at. And support. Mark that here. And get rid of that. So on a weekly, we're arranging. Many else are doing it now, looking at Bitcoin. But I don't know what this is. But if you think it's good, guys, and you want to accumulate it. So on the weekly, let's just maybe even bring up the fibs and see. This is the law. I don't want to be doing them yet because I prefer fibs when we're in a bull, when we're in an uptrend, and you know there are then maybe realistic targets for blow off top or for whatever. But even just to go back up to the previous high. Going up above this, let's say that's 250%. Okay, daily.
DJ, can I just ask who told you about One Ledger? How did you find out about the project?
Got a feeling I saw it on a thread on Twitter, and then I just looked it up. And then when I realised it was all about scalability and exposing it to businesses and getting people on blockchains, like businesses on blockchains, then I was like, okay, that looks like it's got quite a lot of adaptability.
Okay, well, you can see and that this level we marked here at 3 cents, it actually crosses over the resistance with the 50 and the 200 on the daily. So that is going to be a quite important resistance for it to break above. This is the daily chart right now, okay? So if you're looking for entries, guys, I wouldn't right now. Obviously, I will mark a mid-range as well. Somewhere in the middle of this range. So that will give us an idea what sort of levels we could be looking at for now. Like I always say DCA, right? And I know Captain made a very similar point where I look at it very similarly to him. So if you have a budget that you want to spend on a coin, let's say $1,000, you split that into 3 or 4 equal parts, and then you can start slowly buying right now where we're at important supports, and then put your second part or third part, depends how many times you're splitting it into. Let's just say 3. So you can split that 30%, 33% to get it now. Put your cheeky bid below on the previous support, and then either wait for it to come back up and then buy more above, or basically wait for it to break down and build more support on a lower level and buy more there. So at the minute we are looking at this as our resistance. We are not looking too bullish yet. I think we're going to range here a little bit more. On the daily, our side doesn't look too bad. Just want to see what way it's working on the smaller time frame, because let me just get this a little bit bigger. Right. That is going to be to break above the 3 cent and then break above the 33 mark. Once we're out of the zone here, we can start looking at higher targets. At the minute, I think you can see clearly we're stuck in this range, and we are below the EMAs on the 4 hour, that's going to be the same story on the 1 hour. So as long as we're hitting off below those EMAs, their chances of it, correcting and accumulating around the zone. This actually isn't a bad looking chart, because being stuck here and accumulating and not dropping too low, that means people are buying it, and possibly whales are buying it and accumulating. So I think if you are looking to add more, you can get a small bag, wait for it to come back again to do around the 2 cent mark, and just place a few cheeky bits. You could also wait for your cheeky bits to fill down below here, or else wait for a breakout above the 3 cent. But that, to see the 3 cent mark and build your support up here, would be the first step to getting back into any decent uptrend.